Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, here on the Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom YouTube channel. Welcome, everybody. It's a beautiful Tuesday night. I'm here in southern Maine. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying the kickoff to the autumn season. We just had the autumn equinox, and during this time, we're in that harvest energy. We are able to start to reap some of the energy that we planted back in the spring and the summer, even. And so, what's on tap right now for you? We're going to check in with your soul and your spiritual teams, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, all the divine beings of the highest and fullest and brightest vibration available to us. And we'll do that through a healing connection and meditation. And then we'll follow it up with a card draw. So if you are interested in having a personalized message from one of your spiritual team, I invite you to type in yes, please into the comments below. And we will pull cards for everyone who asks. So all you have to do is ask, but we don't pull for everyone, just in case, you don't want a card read, but we do pull for everyone who asks. And we stay here until we're done. So if you would like some insight, if you would like some wisdom, then just be brave enough to ask. So thank you again for joining us, and thank you to my co-host Rob, who he pilots the show, so I can stay in the groove, in the channel, and in the divine connection. And I look forward to helping you reconnect with your soul and your higher self, and all that wisdom that comes through in that clear and concise connection. So welcome, everybody. I'm glad to have you on board. So we're going to start by doing a healing meditation. And so get yourself in a comfortable place. You want to be sitting or laying down, and your legs and your arms uncrossed, because you really want the energy circuits to be wide open so that everything can flow and nothing is getting blocked. All right. And just sort of breathe into your body, breathe into the fact that you are here right now. You've made a choice to just relax and recharge your batteries. And so we're just going to start by slowing down our breath and really starting to focus inward. What I mean by that is just allowing your attention and your focus to go to your breath or go to your heartbeat. And in that focus, allowing our day to melt away. Allowing all the distracting energy that we've dealt with to just simply dissolve in this moment. Any thoughts, any worries will all be there when we're done. And just allow it for this one quiet moment to release from your body. And feel the supportiveness of the chair or the floor or the bed, or however you're being supported. Just allow that connection between your body and the surface just gently dissolve as well, like you're melting in and becoming one. You don't need your bones or your muscles to just hold you. You can just let everything relax. And beginning at the top of the head, just really allowing the energy to wipe away any tension in your forehead, any tension in the temples, in your cheeks, in your jaw. in your throat or the back of your neck. Imagine the divine energy just massaging those muscles and those spots and allowing all of the tension to release and all of the tightness being held there to dwindle away. And then from the neck to the top of the shoulders, really letting your shoulders relax and drop. Noticing how close they might be to your ears and just allowing them to really expand. Stretching out, releasing tightness, making space for the divine energy to come through into the muscles, into your tissues, into your bones, and just breathe in peace and tranquility. And then feeling the same in your chest, in your heart and your lungs. Noticing your breath and how deep is it? Are you allowing the breath to come deeply in and blowing deeply out? Or is it a little bit shallow, maybe only using the top part of your lungs? And what is the rhythm of your heartbeat in this moment? Is it revved up from stress or anxiety, or is it slowly slowing down, reconnecting to your personal vibration and your personal rhythm? Reconnecting with the frequency of peace and serenity. And allowing that energy to also move down your arms, relaxing the muscles in your biceps and your forearms, all the way down to your hands and your fingertips. Allowing the divine energy to just massage out any stressors that you've been holding on to in these places. And moving to your belly and all of those beautiful organs, just noticing any squeezing sensations that you might have there. And just allowing the divine white light to go into where any tension might be held. Just breathing in between the particles of tension, pushing it aside and away, allowing it to break apart easily and completely. Noticing if another location needs the same, and simply allowing that to unfold. Maybe it's in your back or between your shoulder blades. Maybe it's right under your ribs. Really allow your belly to hang out. There's no need to squeeze it in. No one's looking. Just let those muscles relax for a few moments. And take the pressure off your low back as well. Feeling into the hips and the pelvis. All around your tailbone, the connection between your pelvis and your legs. Noticing any tightness or tension, ways you are holding on to energy, just allowing that to dissolve, allowing that to relax. And even any tightness around your knees, especially the left knee, inviting the hamstring and the thigh that connect into that knee to gently relax so it's not pulling or creating any tension. And the same in your calf and in your shin area, your Achilles. Just allowing those places to release any reason to be held tightly. And working our way down to our heels and our feet and our toes. And just doing a quick recheck and notice how your body and your muscles and your breathing are in this moment. Are there any other places where the divine light could help you release any tension or any stress that you're holding on to? And now we're going to reconnect with our heart chakra in the center of our being, the bridge between our higher and lower chakras. And really allowing the heart to radiate out its beautiful cosmic vibration filled with unconditional love and light, sending out a beacon to love from others who are a match for that. And then asking the heart to connect to our Earth Star chakra beneath our feet. It's a few feet below the Earth's surface. It's where our roots become deeply connected for our tree of life. And once plugged in and connected to that energy, we are tapped in directly to Gaia's life force. And when we are connected, we can feel more grounded, more secure, more safe. We also can feel lovingly supported. And allowing that loving support to gently move its way up your feet and your legs, sending healing light and energy to any places where you had been holding tension, allowing that healing energy to restore and replenish your body on all of the realms, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and even through our karma and our past lives, through our ancestors and our lineage, wherever the healing needs to go, for the good of all and harm to none, as always. And feeling that energy moving into our pelvis and filling in our womb area, filling in our intestines, sending healing through all the tissues and the cells, rebalancing and recentering even our cosmic DNA, sending healing vibrational energy through even on the cellular level, inviting the cells to be full and healthy, restored and filled with divine energy. And feeling the energy in your upper belly and starting to move its way up into your ribs, into your heart and your lungs, filling you with the breath of life and the cosmic connection to the Divine Mother who is present here through Grandmother Earth and Gaia. And also inviting the healing energy to move up and fill in all the places in our heart where it's held heartache or disappointment, regret, and anything that's impacted our trust. Trusting ourselves, trusting the divine, and even trusting others. And filling in our throat and our neck all of the ways we can express ourselves as divine human beings. Healing all of our unique qualities and allowing them to come forward and be seen and be heard, be experienced through all of the ways we are creative beings. And really expanding our communication skills, not just with others, but also with our spiritual team and how we speak to ourselves, how we communicate with our body, how we communicate with our mind and our thoughts. Sending waves of positive energy through, waves of self-acceptance, and bringing our focus and our attention from our heart up into our third eye in the center of our forehead, and just lovingly bringing our brain back into balance. Balance between our logical brain and our creative, intuitive brain. Balance in our masculine and feminine energies that we all carry equally. And even bringing balance between our physical life and our spiritual life. And in making room for spirit and the divine to be more present, and allowing us to be more aware of their presence. Sensing the messages and the communications that come through the beautiful symbolism of the divine. The language that bridges all languages. And opening our crown chakra and allowing it to blossom, opening up to more communication with the spiritual realm, each petal connecting us to a different frequency and vibration. And even plugging in and connecting our heart to our soul star chakra above our head. Plugging into our higher self, our oversoul, and all that is. Reaching through the cosmos to where our soul was first perceived. And in this connection with our soul, we welcome in our spiritual teams to guide us, from the angels to our ancestors to the animals and nature around us and the star beings and friends or family who have crossed over that are here to help guide us on our soul's journey. And in this sacred temple of crystalline light, welcoming in any communication that can guide us lovingly through our next week or this next chapter of our lives, maybe even just the next page in our book of life. And asking that the energy that we're connected to be restorative. Let it fill our energy in any ways we've been depleted. Release any cords of connection that are draining our energy, draining others around us, any cords that are in a state of imbalance between the giving and the receiving. And just allowing that love energy to flow through into all aspects of our life and our being. And here in this new autumn energy, grounded to the earth, also grounding our energy with our sun, which dictates our day, which dictates our seasons, which dictates our relationship to the moon, and even all the stars and planets around us. And even grounding our sun to the center of our galaxy, in the rhythm with all of those planets and stars, moons and celestial beings. Feeling the web of interconnectedness and how centering and calming that is, and how wonderfully fluid the divine information is as it is flowing through you and to you in this moment. And just taking a moment of gratitude for coming together as a community to support each other on our own unique journeys while sharing the healing and vibration with others, so that we remember we are never truly alone. Now I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath and begin to breathe in and blow out. Starting to bring your awareness back to your physical body and the space that you're in, knowing that our spiritual teams are right here with us as they always are, just inviting them to be close enough for us to sense them and to hear the wisdom they want to share with us this evening. You might want to yawn or stretch, wiggle your fingers or your toes, rub your hands together, maybe your feet on the floor, your feet together. Just gently bringing yourself back in. Just honoring that time that you've just taken to just reconnect and remember that sensation of being supported by the divine. All right, and as you reintegrate into this moment, I'm about to pull cards. So I'm going to be using the Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. They love to be read usually around. For me, they love to be read in autumn and in spring especially, but sometimes in the winter and the summer on the solstices as well as the equinoxes. But um, I'm not sure there's been an autumn equinox where I haven't used these cards in the last decade for sure. So it's an oldie but goodie. Has lots of wonderful wisdom for us. So if you would like a card and would like a reading, all you have to do is type in yes, please, and I'll make sure that everyone who asks will get a card. And Rob is always baseball, so we go until the 27th out is recorded. Awesome. All right, Rob, who's my first card for? Ah. Hi, Ellen. You're very welcome. Ellen and I had a beautiful session on Monday, which I love doing personal work with people. So let's see what your card is today. So your card is the tsunami. And it's a wake-up call. I maybe kind of know what it'll say. So the wake-up call and the tsunami is like you're sleepwalking in your life right now. You're doing things on automatic pilot and you're not living the life you're meant to live. You're not experiencing the joy and the love that you're meant to live. And when we get the tsunami card, it's like it's a warning bell that if you don't change, you're going to get, blown over and washed over by this really strong, powerful force. And tsunamis have a lot of emotional energy attached to them. But remember that when we're prepared, we have the ability to surf the turbulent water, in a way, rise above it. But that means invoking joy into your life. It means releasing any love that isn't in real love for you. It means opening yourself up to loving yourself so much that it's enough. And yet at the same time, when you're in that really intense, like self-love place, that's when you attract somebody who loves you just as much. And then you're able to love them just as much because you're in that energy. Because like attracts like through the law of attraction. So you're getting a little warning bell. It's not the big, the helicopters aren't coming quite yet, but they're on their way. So it's time to just take a step forward, make some changes. It may seem scary in this moment, but your team has you, your spiritual team has you, and you do have a community of healers that are also there for you. And you know that. And we're here to help you get through that so that you don't get whoosh, swept away from it. So love you, dear. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And let me know if I can be of service to you at all as you work your way through that. Thanks, dear. Have a great one. Thank you, Deanna. Appreciate the gratitude as well. All right. So your card is the Ancestors card. So you can see that snake weaving through the different hands, the different generations. And so for you right now, a lot of the healing work that you're doing, some people will call it even like shadow work, which doesn't mean it's dark and heavy. It's just that self exploration. Like what am I hiding in the shadows? You're working on some generational healing. And generational healing, people can think is might be really out there, but we understand how on the physical level things carry through our genetics. So things like heart disease or diabetes will carry through our genetics. The same is true of our emotional states, our mental thoughts, our belief systems, right? Because those are passed down from generation to generation. And we're at a beautiful time on the planet where we can do our own healing work and also extend it to heal um, our family, even our family who is no longer with us. Because remember that when you are doing dimensional healing work, you are healing 7 generations backwards and 7 generations forward. So you're impacting 15 generations just by doing dimensional healing work or quantum healing work. Um, and so the expanded version of that is, sometimes it's hard to do our own work, but when we have the motivation that we might be helping our sister, our our children, our grandparents, um, even those who haven't been born yet, um, that can be a motivation to do our own work so that we can impact um, so many just by focusing on ways to release for our entire family lineage. Um, so yeah, keep up the good work and just know that some of the healing might feel a little bit heavier or deeper or more intense because you're doing the generational work. So again, I'm here if you need me. Let me know. I love doing generational work with people. All right. Have a great night, Deanna. Mary. Fantastic. So your card is fog, and the keyword is veiled. And this reminds me of the Smoky Mountains. Like you can't see them sometimes, and then like they're like peeking out. So the fog energy is that sometimes we're in this place where we can't see clearly, like can't see clearly what the next step is that we're meant to take, or we can't see clearly what's really going on in a particular situation. And my team talks about it as if there's like a veil, or even smoke, that is just thick enough that you can't see through it yet. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's absolutely there. The mountains are there, whether we can see them or not, right? If the fog covers the mountains, we still know the mountain is there. And that's what's going on right now. So it's not a time of deceit or anything like that. It's more of a time of things just haven't come to the surface. And in the places of fog, just like when we're navigating fog when we're driving, it means slow down a little bit. Turn on your fog lights or take a moment to, wait it out and allow it to shift and change. And remember, fog also comes when there's like a flux of temperature, when the temperature of the air and the earth don't match, or the temperature of our environment doesn't match where we're at. That can create foggy energy. And it also can create that kind of foggy brain energy too, because we can't quite figure things out or we can't quite focus. This is not a call for more coffee. It's just inviting you to take a breather and kind of give a little bit of time for the fog to roll off, and then everything will become absolutely crystal clear. So don't rush it. It feels like it'll take a few days to kind of roll its way out. So just lean into that patience of like, okay, right now I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to know, and I'm not going to make a decision. And that's okay. Awesome. All right, Mary, have a great rest of your week. Oh, thank you, Deanna, and all the fun emojis. She knows I love the emojis. Oh, yes, Mary. All right, Kevin. So you got the shaman card, and this is the ancient healing wisdom. And this reminds me, for those of you who've like seen Wisdom of the Ancients and been present when the Ancient One has spoken through me, it's what I'm sensing is that really ancient wisdom that we carry in our DNA. It's all of the life lessons we've learned in other lifetimes. That's all that knowledge and all that wisdom is located in our energy system. We just need to activate it. And we have to be at a vibration to match the wisdom as it's coming in. And as you have been doing a lot of your own work, like really taking care of your physical body, really taking and bringing clean and clear energy to that, and how that's cleaning and clearing your mental energy, and allowing you to have clearer focus and just really more connected to who you truly are. And as part of that, the shaman is able to heal themselves and also share that healing and that wisdom with others who are in the same lesson. You know, we become a teacher when we've learned enough to share our wisdom with others. Doesn't mean you know everything about the topic, but you know enough to be a guide, know enough to be helpful. And so I'm feeling like the shaman energy wants to activate for you. So often that means a path of study, you know, maybe studying shamanism, maybe studying energy healing, maybe studying some other form of service. That involves sacred medicine is what I'm hearing. And maybe that's trying to awaken and trying to open within you. And you know, you're a fire carrier. And so there are many ways for the fire to be brought to the community and the tribe. The fire can burn stuff down. um, And also, it can keep us warm and it can cook our food. So, learning how to wield that fire in the way that you're meant to, um, yeah, that's coming in. So, um, if you need extra help deciphering that, message me because I think there's more that'll come through around that. Um, but that's enough. That's enough for now. Think about how your soul is calling to you to become that more of a shaman. Love that. Love that for you. Ah, you have a blessed week too, Mary. Thank you. Love it. Jocelyn, love having you. Ah, nice. So your card is DNA, and it's the karma card. And you can see the two snakes that are working together. When we see that symbol, that's a Kundalini symbol. So the Kundalini allows the sacred self, the sacred masculine and the feminine, to weave together. And when they move through our chakra system and they connect, either at the third eye or the crown, depending on the tribal energy that you connect to, it allows us to really step into our personal power. And the karma is in our DNA. So, like I was saying earlier, our past life information is in our DNA. It's right there to tap into, and we can heal it. And karma is sometimes people think it's just like a boomerang. Um, and really, it's just allowing us to fix mistakes we've made in the past. And so when something comes to us, it's not, it's not like, oh, you deserve to get, whacked by that. It's more of a recognition of like, oh, oh, I need to learn from this. And when we do that, it recalibrates our DNA. It moves us our DNA system from the third dimensional energy up into the fourth and the fifth. It changes um, our strand to have 12 strands. And so this is a time period where you're doing that. So if things seem a little wonky, like either a bunch of things going wrong or a bunch of people reacting in like weird ways, and you're like, where the heck's that coming from? Or you have a reaction to something that just doesn't feel like you, then that might be old karma coming in to clear. And all we have to do is recognize it as like, okay, this feels ancient. Karma always feels ancient. Like this is something really old. And it also might be connected to family because family, we share a lot of the DNA and we share a lot of the karma. um, so look at that and just kind of see what is in your life in the next week that is a little wonky, and just take note of it. I would put it down in a journal and acknowledge that you noticed it, because sometimes that is just enough to right the energy and right things, that we didn't learn well the first time around or the first 10 times around. You never know. All right, dear. If you need help, I guess that's my thing today. If you need help, you know who to reach out to. Nice to have you here again. Well, hello. Thank you. All right. So your card is the Stone People. And the Stone People is about vigilance. Now, some of that, people can take vigilance to be a bad thing, especially those who have had hypervigilance, from trauma. But vigilance is the Stone People are really about that steadfast energy and just being aware and alert to the world around you. And we're not vigilant looking for something wrong. We're vigilant in our expanded connection. We're making sure that we're listening to our spiritual team. We're making sure that we're aware of the environment around us, because things can happen in the subtle realms that we might miss. But the Stone People are so steadfast that they are in observer mode all the time. We think of stones and rocks as not moving, and yet there's erosion, right? And so in that place of erosion, things will gently dissolve that aren't meant to be part of that anymore. And we don't have to be in a place where we're just constantly worried and looking for the next thing to go wrong. So we want to take the hyper out of the vigilance and just be in that place of really deep awareness. No judgment either. Think of it as you're the observer, and the life experiments that are going on around you. You're noticing, you're recognizing, but you don't have to be part of it. And in that vigilance, you are being steadfast in preserving and protecting your own energy field and really choosing what energy you're going to let reach the outer layers of your body and your aura and your essence as connected to the stone people. Um, and I'm seeing maybe having some sort of reminder. I don't know if you have any crystals or rocks or something that will remind you of that, like that grounded and steadfast energy, without any fear attached. It might be a really great symbol for you to have visually in your surroundings too. Love it. Thank you for joining us. Great to have you here. You're welcome, Jocelyn. I'm really glad you got to be here. Oh, I appreciate you too, Kevin. I am not going to pull a second card for you today. I love you, but I want you to sit with that shaman and see how that wants to express itself. It's a very powerful card. So I'm not going to pull a second one for you today. So there. Thank you, Rob, for the support. All right. Yes, our Detroit native, well, Michigan native. So Rob, love this. You got the rainbow card today. This is blessings. Woohoo! And the rainbow card is it's symbolic of a number of things. You know, the rainbow bridge is our chakra system. And so when we see that beautiful rainbow, it's like the whole inside of our being is lit up. It's balanced, it's lit up, it's visible. It comes out after the storm, and is amplified in the sunlight. And so, you know, you've been through a lot of stormy energy. And so now you're coming out into the light. And so this is a time to expect the blessings that are coming your way. You know, expect miracles, expect things to shift, expect things to align with what you've been hoping and dreaming for. Because there's always that, you know, the rainbow after the storm. And I'm also seeing, you know, the little leprechaun who's like, ooh, there might be a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. So don't be surprised if money isn't attached to the blessings as well. I know we all can enjoy some of that as well, because it allows us to do some different stuff when we get a blessing of some money as well. So that looks amazing. And maybe it's a blessing that your team will do so fantastically or continue to do so fantastically. So that's it, you guys. That's Soul Connections for this evening. Again, I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe. If you haven't already, oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, it's great for all of us. All right, and thank you for being here. We are here every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern Standard Time. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to our channel, so that you can see Soul Connections anytime you want or anytime you miss it. And remember that the messages that come through are for all of us. They let us see all the types of energy that are present in the week that's coming up. And the Wisdom of the Ancients, my channeled show, will be out next week, also on Tuesday. So you'll have that extra wisdom that's going to come through. And we've changed the format to that show a tiny bit. So come check that out. We release that on the first of each month to the best of our ability. We didn't last month because, you know, we had stuff going on. But I am so grateful for you and the community that has come together. And I look forward to helping some of you in person or virtually. And with that, guys, mwah, bye for now.